Hi, and thanks for being here. This is Brent Boyer from Adam again, and let's talk divorce. So first of all, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click subscribe. Then you'll be up to date on all the current content that we put out. We put out new videos at least once a week with questions about divorce and family law. We represent only men, so we're always looking at the men's perspective on divorce and family law in Michigan. So today I wanted to talk about a question that came up from one of my clients. Should I be buying a house during my divorce? So going through a divorce process, we're not going to live together anymore, of course, that's the whole point. And what should I be doing? I need to get my own place. I'm not going to be keeping the house. And what does this look like? So I want to move out. I want to get my own place. Should I be buying a house? Well, you know, buying a house is a big step. Buying a house is it's a whole process, and it's hard enough to do without dealing with a divorce. So when you're also dealing with a divorce, you just need to do that cautiously. You want to know that when you purchase a new house, what that's going to look like. What's your budget? In other words, what's my child support if I have child support? What's my alimony or spousal support if I'm going to be paying one of those? And what's my share of the assets going to look like? What am I going to end up with? What are my monthly expenses before I start signing up for a mortgage and I could be, you know, over my head? So that's one concern. The other concern, of course, legally with who's on the title and how all that works is if I purchase a house and I'm still married, you know, technically my wife is still really on that title. I wouldn't be able to sell it without her signing off. So I would want to get ahead of that, get an agreement through my divorce case that I'm buying this real estate. This will be purchased separate from my wife, not involve anything to do with my wife, and that we're all on the same page, that she'll sign off on the title and it won't be an issue. And of course, the easier way to look at it is just to wait until after your divorce is final to get a house. That's probably the best advice. Most of the time we will tell our clients, you should probably rent for the first year after the divorce. If you're not gonna stay at the house, if you're selling it or if your wife's keeping it, whatever you're doing, you should be renting. You don't wanna be making a major decision like purchasing a home only to find out that your now ex-wife has moved 30 miles away and that was her plan the whole time, but you didn't know it, or you've decided this isn't the area you wanna be in now that you're on your own. So buying a house is a big decision. I would stay away from it during the divorce. I would stay away from it right after the divorce. It's not good. Now, if you're refinancing and keeping the house you have, of course, that's different. But going out, getting a whole new place, probably a mistake. Definitely something that would need to be done, you know, very carefully. Get expert advice early on from a divorce lawyer, from a mortgage consultant, whoever you got to talk to get the right advice. You want to go into that carefully, cautiously, eyes wide open. You know, guys call all the time to say, I want to get my ducks in a row. I want to get some advice. That's the right instinct. You want to know these answers early on. You don't want to find out later that this is all a big mistake and now you're stuck in a mortgage you can't afford, or you're stuck at a house with a location that you really aren't happy with and don't want to be doing. So be cautious. Don't get ahead of all that, and give things time. There's nothing wrong with renting for a little while and not jumping into another house. That's probably the best advice you could look at as far as a pending divorce.